All right, everyone, class is about to start. Take your seats. Welcome to UGC 101, the podcast about all things user-generated content.
Welcome back to the UGC 101 podcast. I'm your host, Nate Flake, and today we are going to have a first for the podcast. We're talking about a platform and not with the creator, something that's going to help you as creators be better, land more deals. And honestly, if you're like me and you have, I don't know, maybe a little bit of ADHD and you're like not great at organizing, this is going to help you out. So we're talking with Creator Desk today. Do you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Yeah, my name is Brooke. I am a UGC creator, and I pretty much came up with the idea. And then this is my husband, Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a software engineer. She came up with the idea, and I implemented it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Brooke, you started as a creator. How long have you been doing UGC?
UGC, just UGC since 2024, but I started creating content in 2023.
Oh, cool. Sweet. So you started, were you going through some of the same struggles that I'm probably going through right now, I'm assuming, and then you decided, is that what triggered you to, hey, something needs to be built, there's nothing in this space?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Prior to being a creator, I was actually a professional photographer. I ran a 6-figure portrait studio downtown where I live. And some things happened with our daughter and I had to close it down. But through that business, we had CRM platforms that, we've used, and it was fantastic for managing that. I tried to use that with UGC and it doesn't fit. So then I tried Notion. Hated that. And Google spreadsheets. But who wants to manage 5, 6, 7 spreadsheets and your notes app on top of that?
Yeah. So, hey, I don't have access. Hey, can you grab me access? You're like, okay. Yeah. I've been through, that's like a daily occurrence for me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what city are you guys in? So you ran a studio there? That's awesome.
Yeah, we are right outside of Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. Pretty area. So I'm assuming when you talk about CRM, you're talking about something like HoneyBook or something like you tried to use something similar.
Yep.
With UGC.
The one I was very much deep into was Dubsado. That's the one I used to manage my old business. And then I tried to bring it over and it wasn't a good fit. So
then you're like, we need to do something. So before we get into the details of what you guys built, I would love to know, I love asking these questions because every time I'm scrolling on, I'm like, I would love to know that, right? How did you approach Chris and hey, you're not busy right now, are you? How did that go?
It really was just I just asked for some, basically I wanted all my spreadsheets to be put into one big one with automations, with different columns and things that would talk to each other and calculate things for me. And
she sees what I do at work. I build these intricate workbooks using Excel, right? And she's do that for me,
Give me
make
that
it easier
table
for me.
Yeah. Give me a macro. You're like, all right.
right. I do a lot of automation as well.
Yeah.
So I like making things easier for people. So when she approached me, I was like, yeah, sure. I'll give that a shot. And, it was much harder than I expected to build it all into a workbook or a spreadsheet.
I had a list.
So you were just using Google Sheet. You were just saying, hey, I need you to take these bunch of tabs and put them all into one and build in some automations.
Yep. Yeah. And I want them to talk to each other. That's what I asked for.
Okay.
Well, and then, some time goes by and she's like, hey, where's my spreadsheet? I said, well, how about you take a seat for a second and let me show you something. And she sat down and she's like, what am I looking at? And I'm like, all right, hear me out. And then I showed her the Creator Desk web application. And she was like, oh my God, this is way better than a spreadsheet.
To his defense, though, he did previously ask me when I was asking for my spreadsheets if I would be interested in a web app. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. And the answer is no. I just want something easy. It needs to be easy. I don't even know what that is. And
Yeah, that's awesome. You're like, and then Chris, you're probably like, it's literally not. It's easier for me to do this other thing than try to build automations on. and all the things that can break and rely on like the API of Google Sheets probably too is probably rough.
Yeah.
That's super interesting. So how long, so you guys launched this in June, right? Mm-hmm. How long have you been using it, Brooke, for like your own? Are you still doing like a lot of UGC, or has this been like now this has become your baby?
No, I still do a lot of UGC. So now that I pretty much just check in on it, like especially when we're adding new features or like when a creator, because we have a feedback dashboard or a feature request dashboard, and I'll tell him, I'll be like, this is one we need to do. This is one we need a little more clarification on. Some of them we can't do or we don't do. They just don't make sense for us. But yes, so I pop in for those things. Now it's just mainly he's the driver because I can't manage that stuff. I don't know anything about that. But when it comes to any design features or new features being implemented, that's pretty much where I come in. So when you log into it and you see how it looks, like, yes, he developed it, but I designed and said where everything needs to go and how it all needs to work together.
So how it needs to flow. Yeah. Well, and I think you guys have a unique, like building apps is hard, right? Because I mean, I've been working on an app for 5 years and it's just this like, Chris, you scope creep and it's just like, and it's really hard to like, I mean, you're living with the developer, right? So it's like, that makes it way more real time. And it's hard to get like, you know, because the developer is like, okay, how are you using this in practicality? And so I think that's awesome that you're like literally watching everything as in real time as it's getting built. And knowing like what, as a creator, what you would want to see.
Yeah.
I also will say it's really cool that you put in a feedback section because there's so many UGC apps that are out there and tools that like you get what you get and you don't throw a fit type thing. And it's super annoying, you know, I mean, you can tell like, a lot of these were built in a vacuum.
That's right. And it's like our tagline is, you know, like built for creators by creators. And it's so true. Like like I was the basic version of what we launched to the world. But now that we're taking in all of these feature requests and stuff, like it truly is by creators.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we get pretty good feedback after implementing the feature request. They don't expect it to be implemented.
They're shocked. They're shocked that you're even doing it in the first place. And you're like,
thank you so much for listening to me.
Yeah.
And you know,
that's unreal.
That's kind of how we want to be. We want to give that customer support that other apps don't give to stand us apart.
Yeah, that's so important because I know how I am if I'm having trouble with an application, because that was one of my big things when I started using Dubsado in the very beginning. And trying to set up some of the things within there. It was very confusing. Creator Desk is easy. We give everybody who signs up for the Pro Suite, they get a walkthrough video because you got to know how to use all your features.
Yeah.
And then we're like super easily accessible. We even have a chat feature right in there on the dashboard. His dashboard stays up all day long. We just want to be accessible. We want people to enjoy it. My whole thing is because I do have that ADHD side is it has to be easy. The second your platform isn't easy, especially for creatives, you're gone. Like it's gone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, most creatives are like, dude, we are not interested in the technical side of how this stuff works. Like I'll just use my Excel sheet because that's not what I know.
Yeah.
Even if it's like way more time consuming, it's way more annoying. It's like, well, I don't want to change because I mean, everyone's human nature, right? You're resistant to change and all that. But that's super. And it's cool that you guys are taking like live chats. That's wild, actually. And I think like building that customer base with like very loyal customers because you're going above and beyond for people is probably awesome for you. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
So Brooke, let's talk about as you started building this. So it launched in June. When did you start using it, and what were like the immediate benefits? And we're going to get into the details of exactly what it does as well. And I watched a bunch of your guys' social videos, so I kind of like know what it replaces, right? The Notion, the Google Drive. I love the dashboarding. I want to get into that in a second as well.
Yeah. So I started using it probably in April or May.
Okay.
I want to say it was like towards the middle to end of April.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is when I started using it. and just immediately input all of my clients. I just started there, and that's where I recommend everybody start, because it can feel like a lot when you're trying to migrate into a whole platform. I just say start by inputting your clients. Like keep doing everything else however you're doing it now. Start by inputting your clients. And just through that is how we kind of worked through the initial bugs. And then we hired creators. I think we selected about 10 to create content for us. And then in exchange, they got lifetime access to the platform.
So cool.
Yeah. So they also did that with the understanding that in so many words, you're going to help us. Like you're our beta tester.
Yeah, you're a guinea pig. Yeah.
Yep.
We need feedback.
Yep. And we had a few kinks, nothing major, nothing that he didn't have fixed probably within an hour of being notified.
Wild.
And then once we launched in June, it was pretty smooth sailing, and it's been pretty smooth sailing ever since then. So that's been a weight off of our fingers crossed.
Knock on wood.
But that's been a weight off of our shoulders. But I started using it mid to end of April, and then immediately right out of the gate, I just felt like I had a better handle on my business, because one of the biggest things too for me was I would sign these contracts with these brands, and it's like sometimes I would sign like 2 or 3 in a day. I know that's not every day, and then you just like go on with your day because you're busy, and you forget. You're like, oh, I know I have like
something
coming,
but
I don't know what. So we have an incoming dashboard, and so that's where I think sometimes people, they want to put their projects right into active projects, and it's not active yet, right? And sometimes incoming
you haven't got
stuff,
the product yet. Yeah, you haven't got the product
that's right.
yet.
And sometimes stuff happens, and that stuff gets canceled. So the incoming dashboard is just like where my incoming projects, like we've signed a contract, everything's good to go. I'm just waiting. That's where that kind of just goes to die until it's ready to be put into action, where then you can mark it as received or ready to go. And then it turns it into an active project. And that is when you start tracking it. So my brain loves the separation. Like, this is what I actually need to pay attention to right now. Yeah. And this is like, it's coming, but I don't need to pay attention to it.
I'm going to show you this. This is so funny you're saying that. I literally, my stupid Google Keep, I'm an Android guy. I always get roasted for that, but hey, I'm sorry. I'm Google Picture guy. Maybe Chris will appreciate that. Chris? Maybe?
I like it.
Okay. But I have this, and it just says, you see my projects? I just have a huge thing that says waiting.
Yep.
And I just have to manually thumb that in like a caveman. Like, how wild that and then if I accidentally delete something, I'm like, okay, well, that's gone forever. So I love that. I love that. So if you're listening to this podcast, like, this is for what, like, your elevator pitch for this is all your projects, no matter if they come. I'm a big Fiverr guy, from Fiverr or Upwork or Incense or Influence or all the bajillions of apps out there now for UGC creators.
Yeah.
Or Inbound, which are the best, right? Yeah. They all go in here. Like, you put them in here, so then you have one central place to manage all of your projects, so you're not missing deadlines. And so that's what it is. Is there anything I missed there as far as like the elevator pitch you tell people when they ask you about Creator Desk?
Oh, it does so much more.
Yeah. Give it to me.
I don't really know my elevator pitch. Like, I just say, you can keep track of your, like, it's a project management. You can track your income, your expenses, your taxes, you
guys do taxes on there too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Estimate.
Yeah.
Like based on your income. Okay. Yeah.
And you can set that too, like your own percentage, because we have people using Creator Desk from all over the world. Like, we're not just in Canada and the US. I mean,
okay, cool.
We've got people overseas using Creator Desk, which is super cool. So, we like to leave that up to them, but yeah, I mean, it does so much. And then we have some really awesome, like, crazy features coming, and we're hoping for phase 2 launch to be end of September. Okay. But I mean, for right now, it's like, I mean, you can plan your content, and that's personal branding content. So that's like, because, another thing of creators is our personal brand kind of takes a hit.
Yeah.
Or we'll keep track in our notes app of like all of our content ideas. And then before you know it, you have like 10 notes with different content ideas, and those are all over the place. So we even have that, like that all in one place for that. I mean, there's a lot of layers to it. We really just want it to be. And after this phase 2 launch, it will truly be the only thing a creator would need to manage and run their business, even down to scripting and sending scripts for approval and sending contracts for signatures and taking payments.
Wow. So you'll be able to send stuff. You know what I hate when I get people send me contracts and it's a PDF and they say, "Will you sign this?" And I'm like, "You're just going to send it to me like this?"
Yeah.
So will you guys have a feature where I can like upload that into where I can e-sign it?
Yes, it'll be, there will be a client portal, so you can send it to your client. They'll open it up in this little portal. They'll be able to e-sign it, send it back. You'll immediately be notified that it was signed. And so,
because I never really get the countersigned doc. Like a lot of times they'll ask me for my signature, I'll send it, and then I just like never hear back. I'm like, I guess I signed it.
It kind of goes
I never
into
really
the abyss.
it goes in the abyss. And like I said, like how annoying is opening up Canva to like sign a document, right? Or using like your one of 5 free trials on Adobe Sign or something. So that's sweet that you'll have something I can just upload. And then how professional does that make me look, where I'm sending back like, hey, now you can e-sign it, right? Instead of just sending back a static document. So tell me about let's talk about the dashboarding, because this is one of the things I saw today. Actually, I was looking at your guys' page, your socials. So you input, let's say you have 5 deals going on, 2 from Fiverr, 1 from Upwork or whatever, 2 inbounds. You're inputting the value, and then you guys have a dashboard that says like, hey, here's how much you've earned since you've started using this platform. This is how much you've earned for August. Is that dashboard customizable to like what I want to see?
Not yet.
Okay.
But the plan is to make it customizable to where you can, add different widgets or move them around. So
what does it show now, though? It shows the total. I saw that. Like, that's really cool, that part.
It shows gross
cool.
revenue, net revenue, taxes, incoming revenue from incoming projects that you haven't received a product yet.
Nope. That's not what that one is. The incoming revenue is for the ones that they're open projects. They're not incoming. They're open, active projects. You just haven't been paid yet. Because Creator Desk, I know in the creator world, like content creators like to say like, oh, I contracted this amount this month. We're not tracking what you contracted.
We don't care.
I mean, maybe one day we will. Actually, nobody has requested us to. It's truly not important. What it does do, though, is track the actual dollar bills that you made that month. So as soon as you mark something as paid, it's going to prompt you for a date and like that you got the payment. And then it has a beautiful bar graph on the summary dashboard to show you what your months are. And it's just cool to see that. But then the dashboard also shows you like your niches that you work in. Everybody loves the pie chart. We get tagged in the pie chart a lot.
I like that. That. So you can categorize. So as you're putting projects in, you say what niche it's for, and then it does a total of everything. That's sweet. So for going back to the incoming, so it's another, if I would have scrolled down a little bit on my phone, you would have seen that. But that's another annoying thing for me to track, is like, especially with how many people are net 30.
Yes.
Like I do the project and then I'm waiting to get paid. I always have a note. It just, and again, if I accidentally delete 1 digit, I'm screwed. I always have a note of when I sent the invoice. So it's like, whatever, 8/16, right? And now I'm like, okay, well, I got till 9/16 to get paid. And then I just forget about that until something randomly hits my bank or my PayPal. And I'm like, this was for, that project, right? So I love that because I'm a very visual person and I love how it's in one place. So you'll have you right now until you get paid, you can see what's outstanding.
Correct.
Right? Okay, cool. That's unreal. That's so cool.
And on our invoices dashboard, each feature on the summary dashboard, it's just like it's just like a bird's eye view. Each feature has its own dedicated dashboard. So when I go into my invoices dashboard, you could see these 2 clients right here, their invoices are past due. That's why they're in red.
In red,
this client is due within 7 days or less. That's why they're in yellow. And then these are all like just whatever. They're not due. But so that for me was important too, because sometimes I'll have like 20 invoices open at a time. I don't want to go through them one by one and see where I need to follow up or whatever. So it just highlights it red and moves it to the top. Like, hey, this one needs your attention.
Yeah.
And then if you're a DoPay user, we integrated with them, and by the click of a button,
you do.
you can send your invoice to DoPay and get that ball rolling with them.
So you send the invoice through DoPay, and you guys, does it like write back to your software, or how does that work?
No, so it just sends it to them with whatever he set that all up with them. I don't know what information it's giving them other than the invoice. And then separately, you'll have to email them, which actually, when we get our contract stuff going at the end of phase 2, I'm going to see if there's a way we can tie it in, because they're going to need your contract, and then they need, like, you know, your email correspondent. There's certain things that DoPay requires of you to start the collection process. Some of that we can't provide on automatically just because we don't have access to your email.
You don't have the information.
But yeah, so it's just nice that you don't have to go hunt for that invoice or anything. You can just press a button, send it to them, and then you go into your emails. You can forward them your email chain and whatever other information you feel pertinent to provide. Yeah,
that's really cool. I was going to ask you if you had any type of invoicing integration, because I mean, I talked to Grace at DoPay here on the podcast. She's awesome, and I'm a huge fan of the platform. And just using them to invoice out, but it sounds like you've already solved for that. That's awesome.
Yep. And if you don't have an account, it'll prompt you to sign up for an account with them.
Okay.
And then they'll have all your information already, your invoice and everything like that.
Yeah. So. Dang, that's cool. That's really cool. What are the features that you in your practical use so far, Brooke, have saved you the most time?
Probably my task calendar. Because I use Creator Desk. It is a project management platform. It's a CRM. This is how you run your business. This isn't something you're just going to log into a couple times a week. I log into it every single day, and it actually just stays up on my desktop. Every single day. Okay. And my task calendar, because there's no more wasting time. Like, I am that ADHD brain, and I very much have, actually, Julie used the term shiny object syndrome the other day, and it's so true. Like, I get so sidetracked. But the task calendar really helps me be like, okay, today I got to do this and this and this. Tomorrow I got to do this and this and this. But like, maybe I don't have enough time today. I can just like drag and drop it and move it around and
in
just
your
like
calendar.
Really, and just really stay on task. And then two, it helps me not forget. So like if I'm emailing a client and they're like, oh yeah, can you follow up with us? Cause like in November, cause we really want to do some Q4 content with you. I will go ahead in November and put like follow up with this client. And then when that week rolls around on my task calendar, cause it shows you by week and it shows you whatever the current week that you're in. So all my future scheduled tasks that I scheduled months out, when that week arrives, it's already in there for me. So I don't need to remember. It's going to remind me. Yeah.
That's way nice. What about things that you've talked to, like your first 10 users, right? The ones that did the beta for you guys.
Yeah.
What was some of the feedback you got from them, as like things that maybe something you didn't think would be a big time save, and then you found out it was, right? Or what were like the most common time savings tasks?
I don't really know that they've expressed time saving tasks. They've just expressed how much they love it because it's so easy and that they just really needed it.
That's awesome. Are you guys working? I know you're still like, you just launched 2 months ago, so this maybe question might not even make sense, but are you guys working too from like an agency side because you guys work with creators, right? But a lot of times as creators, we work with like agencies just like emailing us a bunch of stuff, right? And then we have to figure out how to then get this into this platform. Have you worked, I'm not like working directly with the agencies, but have you worked with different formats to figure out, okay, what's the easiest way to import this? Is it like, does that make a question even make sense? Or is everyone just like manually thumbing this into the platform? Does that make sense, Chris? Like, you know how like, so a lot of people, like you mentioned Notion, right? I get a lot of stuff that's sent in Notion. Is the easiest way to get this into Creator Desk just a copy paste? Is there any like advice that streamlines that? And maybe that might be a better question for you, Brooke, since you used it a lot more.
Are you like asking it like, is there something in particular you're wondering, like content, for example, or
yeah. So like scripts, briefs, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, is there any way to like attach that, or is there any way? I'm just trying to think, and maybe I just need to get on the platform first, right?
No,
like,
you're okay.
See
so
what
that's
that
actually,
is, but
I think I'm following. And that is actually what's coming in phase 2 launch. So I'll just tell you a little bit about that.
A little sneak peek.
And what we're working on is our digital content library is one of those aspects. And that is going to be where you can upload your video and send it to your client for approval. They'll get a link. They do not need to have a Creator Desk username or password.
Cool.
They'll just be able to open it right up, view your video. And if they have any notes, they can make it right there. It'll timestamp the note so that if you're wondering like what part of the video they're talking about, it's going to be time stamped like right where they make that. And then when they're all done making their revisions, they can send it back to you. If they like it and they're ready to roll with it, they can download it right from there, start using it. Creator Desk puts an invisible watermark on it, which we'll
that's cool.
talk about that in a bit too, and the cool features that'll come with that. Within that content library, you're also going to be able to draft scripts that you can then send for approval. We'll have an AI component to it to help you if you get stuck and you need help with like a hook or something.
Oh, so cool.
And then you can send that to your client for revisions right from the dashboard. I think, is that kind of what you're wondering about?
Yeah. Like right now, V1 is just like creators interact with this. V2 is going to be, there's going to be some accessibility to like the agency or to the brand themselves to be able to like interact or approve revisions or put revisions and things like that. Because that's my biggest headache right now. Especially this week's actually been a doozy with like revision requests that were from like through agencies where they're just just different, all the different stupid platforms, like between timestamping and then I had another deal that they just wouldn't respond because they sent me the link on Foreplay and like they sent it in a way where I had to like sign up for foreplay.co to like I couldn't view it. It was not a view only link they sent me.
I've had that where they're
and I'm
trying
like,
to send
hey,
me
I'm not
example.
paying for this. Yeah, it's like $50 a month to pay for this thing. And then they just didn't respond. And then the deadline was coming up. So I sent them a video of me saying, give me access to the thing. And then that was it. That was my deliverable, was me saying, give me access to the file. So like, I love this because there's so many tools out there and some are good and some are like have their use case. Right. But, again, I feel like we, especially as a new creator, there's not a lot of new creators that listen to this podcast. It's almost like, there's so many decisions out there that a lot of times everyone gets in like this analysis paralysis thing. And they're like, I don't even know like what tools to start using. And it's like very overwhelming. Yeah. So I love that you guys have you kind of condensed. So I know I mentioned a couple earlier, like what are the main tools this replaces?
Oh, it'll definitely replace Google Sheets.
Yeah.
It will replace if you're using like HoneyBook. I know one creator that we have using our platform right now uses HoneyBook, and she says as soon as like our phase 2 rolls out, she's done with HoneyBook.
Where she can send files. Okay.
Yeah, she's that, and then the collecting payments thing was for her, and then the ability for contracts. I think those were like the biggest things that she's using HoneyBook for. And then I just lost my train of thought.
DocuSign, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Hello,
DocuSign.
Any type of signing.
There's going to be a way that we can integrate with Google Drive, but I tell everybody you're always going to need to use Google Drive, like at the very least to back up your content, right? Because even if you ever decide that you don't want to use Creator Desk anymore, it will save your data, but you still need to back up your content. Like that's just, I mean, as a photographer, like for more than a decade, like I couldn't ever imagine creating something and then not backing it up somewhere else.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild work.
Yeah. So, but it would replace Google Drive in the sense that you don't have to go into Google Drive every day now to like pull out your video and link it in your email to your client. And like, it's just I just want everything to be done from here because that will be the time save so that you don't have to go to this platform to do this and then this platform to do this and then this platform to get this link to link in your email to send to your client. Like that's going to be the icing, I think, on the cake.
Yeah. You guys take payments? You mentioned payments.
So that's going to be part of the phase 2 is like where we set, you'll be able to collect payments from your clients too. Yeah. It wasn't super important for me to have that as a part of phase 1. So like I had to sit down and really figure out because we wanted to launch, right? Like so I had to sit there and decipher what were the most upfront things that creators need help with, like top of mind, which is organization. So great. Let's get that for me out.
That's worth it alone, right? Just the organization piece of it.
Right. And then next it's like, okay, what can we just do to make it easier. So that's kind of where we split the two so that we could launch, kind of get some income coming in to build out these other features. And it's just working beautifully.
Yeah. So, we didn't want to launch all, everything at once.
Yeah.
It would just take
too overwhelming,
it would take
right?
too long.
Well, it takes too long. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's overwhelming. I think it's also, it's like, hey, get people used to the platform first, and then start and then to your point, Chris, like you don't know as far as like what creators want.
Yes.
Until you don't want to build something. I know you love building and then having to delete stuff, right? But like it's like building something and then it's like, cool, now I got to go back and rebuild that tool because I didn't take this into consideration or whatever. So, and even on the payment side, after I asked that, I realized that I don't do a lot of like billing.
See, I don't either.
Like they always bill me the way they're going to bill me, and it's like not really my decision,
Correct. But I know to some creators it's important, and that's fine. We'll integrate it in the second part. But yeah, same. And that's why it wasn't a part of the first part for me. I remember when I tried using Dubsado for that little bit in my creator business. I mean, like I sent invoices and you can accept a payment on there. And I'm telling you, not a single person utilized it. They always said, can you just send me your banking information? And I was like, okay.
Yeah, bank information. And then you're going to do that through DoPay anyways with your integration with your invoice, right? Like that makes, and then also like the other ones, just you should pay through like PayPal or something.
Yeah. So DoPay is only like if they're owed money. That's the only thing DoPay is doing.
Oh, you're only doing the legal go after the money side.
Yeah.
You're not doing so you can invoice through you guys.
We have invoicing, and I said
cool.
You can generate an invoice in Creator Desk right now and send it to your client from within Creator Desk, and Creator Desk will tell you that you sent it. There's just no
link would be link. Got it. Right now you're doing what I'm doing on Canva the janky way.
Correct. Yeah. But it's going to populate it automatically. Yeah. So like where Canva, I would have to go in with every invoice and change the person and the client.
You accidentally pull it too far and you just messed up the whole document because it's a PNG.
Yep. And you don't have to do that anymore. I just click one button and it generates my invoice.
Well, when I was started, I've been doing this for about 2 years now. And when I first started, I don't know, there's so much information out there about UGC, right? And I'm like, oh man, like your invoice has to be like really cool branded. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter at all,
It doesn't.
But now I'm like, I'm stuck down this rabbit hole because I have the same, like my invoice is super janky. That's all I'm trying to say. But and like anytime I mess with it, it just is like, I always do it on my phone too. And it's like, oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
I mean, our invoices lined up and stuff, but it's not aesthetically pleasing. I warn creators. I'm like, it's not going to have this beautiful banner up at the top, but it will have the only information that they need on it. It
does not matter,
to get paid, right? And that's like at the end of the day, I don't care how pretty it is. I just, as long as it's in black and white and they can read it and they can see what day they owe me my money and how much money they owe me, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I've talked to a couple of agencies, like ex-agency owners on the podcast that kind of laughed about that. They're like, yeah, no one cares about the invoices. Like, well, half the time we get mad when it's like in like pretty cursive font. We can't read it. I'm like, just send me
Sometimes you're
Google
overcomplicating it. Yeah.
And
it just can look a little busy.
Yeah, I like that. So that's cool. I didn't realize. Okay, I thought before you were saying that their invoicing was built into yours, but it's the legal side. If you have a past due payment, like the stuff that DoPay like really, really hangs their hat on, which I love.
Correct.
That's awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's the really other cool. Invoicing is handled within Creator Desk. We do that. Yeah.
Are there any feature requests where you're like, yeah, maybe V3, V4, like some crazy stuff that people are requesting, or is it usually pretty like doable?
It's pretty doable. We haven't had any crazy requests. I think we've kind of hinted at what's coming in the next couple of months, and people are really liking that, and nobody's really giving us any more ideas. So I'm just going to stay at the drawing board and, bounce ideas off of Brooke. Yeah. And we'll keep going that route until we get more feedback.
Yeah, I love that. I need to get in ASAP after this episode's recorded. I'm going to go and sign up. Because I keep watching your guys' socials, and I'm like, see the features. I'm like, dude, I freaking need to get in there. It's like another thing I need to do. And which is funny because it's all the other stupid tasks that are in my way, which is why I can't even, this is going to help me with all that, which is backwards, right?
That's usually how it is. I mean, people just get stuck in their comfortability or whatever, the world that they're living in, that they're comfortable, and trying to learn something new, well, that takes time. And so it's just automatically like, oh, no,
I'm not even comfortable. That's the bad part too. It's like I'm not comfortable because I'm freaking drowning in tasks and I'm drowning in projects, and I'm like, I need to go there. That's like this would save me a ton of headache. I just need to take 10 minutes and go do it because I know I'll be hooked. I'm kind of like you, Brooke, where I'm like a very visual learner. I like things laid out. I like the color coding thing. Like I'm all about that.
Yeah.
And so I love that idea. Are you guys ever going to have integrations with any of the platforms to pull data?
Yeah,
like Fiverr.
Oh, like Fiverr.
My whole community is on Fiverr. I'm a big Fiverr. I do like probably 90% of my stuff through Fiverr.
That's like James. Do you know James?
James. I don't know James Pugh. Do I?
He's big on Fiverr. He's one of our.
Oh yeah. Duh. I know James.
Yeah. He's one of our beta. He's been amazing. He's big on Fiverr, and he loves Creator Desk, and he's worked always. So, because with Creator Desk, like you have clients in there, right? And so people ask. Well, they did ask. Now they know because it's in my welcome video. Like best practices for like agencies and things like Fiverr, where it's the same person,
but
you're getting different. Right.
It's a username. Yeah, it's not like an email address.
Yeah. So I just tell them, to set Fiverr is your client in your client database, and then your projects under them are going to be whatever brands you're working for. Because at the end of the day, Fiverr's paying you, right? Like if you get, I don't know, a deal with Colgate toothpaste through Fiverr, Colgate toothpaste isn't actually paying you. Fiverr is. So that's the client that you need to keep track of. Because at the end of the year, you want to see how much money you got from your different clients. Colgate isn't really technically one. It's
I don't care about that. I want just Fiverr and bucketed. Can you do, so you have Fiverr, you have Colgate. Can I do sub projects within Colgate?
To answer your question, if it's doable and practical, then we may do it. Right now, you can't do that. But I am working to integrate different platforms into Creator Desk. Especially all the social media platforms that creators use, Google Drive. But if it's doable, then I'm going to try to do it.
Yeah. I want to see. I would just love to know how, because like on the Fiverr, maybe I'm getting down the rabbit hole a little bit, but like, so you have like Fiverr as a client, and then sub or project name would be Colgate, but then I get hired by Colgate multiple times. So I wonder if you just like do like a Colgate dash.
You would just open up, because I'm assuming they would be different projects with different monetary invoices, right? So you would just open up different projects under Fiverr. You could do like Colgate, I don't know, August, Colgate, September.
Oh, cool.
Colgate, October. Sweet. I mean, that's how I do it right now. I have like repeat clients, and so that's how I do it with them. And if we have multiple at a time, then
love it.
Yeah, that's just how I do it. Because if it's a new, because we want it, Creator Desk would need to create a new invoice for that project to keep track of your income, right? Anytime you're doing something with a new income or a new project with different income or whatnot, you need to open up a new one so that it'll open up an invoice and keep track of your income properly.
So that's my next question then. So you going back to the pie chart, right, of where you're getting your deals from, where your niches are, or no, you didn't say where they're coming from. It's from niches. Mm-hmm. Do I also have visibility on where like percentage of deals coming from each project? That makes sense? Like, so if I have like
by platform,
or by platform or by client, sorry, by client.
Just did something with that the other day. So you take the answer on that one.
Well, I just linked the client dashboard to source where you got them from, what platform you source them from. So you'll be able to see a view of that, but it's not really categorizing it by platform.
But it's by client.
Right.
Which is same. So like if you, let's say like you have $50,000 on your total revenue, and I think you said that may be coming later, like some breakdown of like where my money's coming from, basically. Where's like, where can I double down?
Yeah, right now the biggest tracking that's like that's being tracked the most is niche. But that doesn't mean that platforms aren't coming or that we can't do that. We can absolutely do that for people who want to know.
Or for me, I would just like, I could manipulate the niche names to like my platform names, right?
They're not customizable.
Or is this selectable? Oh, got it.
Yeah. So in order for the pie chart to connect and be correct, we couldn't do customizable niches.
Yeah, you pre-filled them.
It's just we have a ton of niches listed though, and then there's just other. But you wouldn't want to track it that way because that wouldn't make sense either. So but that's definitely something that we can implement. And that's what I say. Whenever we have feature requests from users that we can do, and if they make sense, which something like that would make sense, we do it. Like that's just what we do.
No, I love that. And I think it's things that I like. Even the niche, I'm like, I haven't even thought about what niches I do the most across all the platforms but that'd be super interesting to see. I have no idea,
And then one way you could kind of see it in the beginning is on your client database, you can see how much revenue you have per client. So on your client database, like in the little line for say client Fiverr, you can see how many jobs you've done for them. Like you could set the date if you just want it for the last month or for the last year. You can see how many projects you've done for them and by total revenue. So if you're wanting to see like what are your top clients, you can just hit the little whatever button at the top of the money and sort it from like highest to lowest and see who your top earners are that way.
Love it. What about, and sorry, I'm asking so many questions on my mind's racing. Okay. What about if so today's August 22nd. This isn't going to launch till next week, but I joined the platform August 22nd. Everything starts tracking from the day I come in, right? It's not pulling historical data. How are people importing historical data through like, hey, I'm going to do like a total, because it would be interesting to see like how, like to your point, like what per client. So could I create like a fake line item for Fiverr and bring in everything that I like, just do like a fake project and bring in everything I've done so far. So then I can see a running total.
You absolutely could. The only thing that's going to skew is your monthly income. You would just have to know looking back that August is when you started, but you could absolutely to like say Fiverr year to date. If you've done, I don't know, we'll say $30,000, you could say $30,000 and then like just close it out today and then start tracking from that way. Yeah.
You can backdate your income.
Oh yeah. You can backdate it, but
I'll throw it in July and then it won't mess up my August,
So unfortunately though, you can't like import all of your data at once. You're going to have to manually enter it in, but you can backdate it to last year if you want to.
Yeah. I would just do like a total. I wouldn't go through every single project, but it would just be cool to be like, I mean, I have no idea how I'd even go through and this isn't a limit on it's just limit on like, I don't want to go through all my old emails. Like, oh, these are all the projects I did, but it would be cool to just have like a,
and that's total. The thing
this is why this is cool. I have no idea how much money I've made, and you just zero
and
idea. I know I pay my bills.
The thing
somehow.
about it is once you do that, you only have to do it once, and then as you continue to use Creator Desk, and then next year, come January 1 when you start, it's all going to be fresh, and then you really do start having these like critical data points in your business that who knows what you can do with that information,
Yeah, that's for me. That's the most enticing thing also about this platform is like I don't have any visibility into a total, like I know I have dashboards for Fiverr and I know what I do on Fiverr and Incense and Influence and all these platforms. Inbound, have no idea. Like I would have to go through my old emails and be like, I know that, like, I mean, I guess I could go through my bank account and then I also through PayPal, then also, it's like this whole circus of it never ends, right? And then it's like, well, then it comes from this. So it'd be really cool to know a total, right? So I don't know if you like, especially you guys are probably obviously going to do a big push before the end of the year. Like, hey, start your books correctly on July or January 1st, right? Like start your year correctly.
Yeah.
Because that'd be like the ideal thing. Because then you don't have to go and like import stuff in. I didn't think about that. That's awesome. Yeah, I have that's funny. If you're listening to this podcast and you know how much you've made from UGC, I would be stunned. Right. From all the different platforms. Like it's like literally impossible. It'd be really, really hard to track.
Yeah. And I think that's what James does. I think like, cause I think he said Fiverr tracks your projects pretty good. So he doesn't really utilize the project management dashboard for like that part. Cause I guess when you submit your content on Fiverr, it knows and it's going to track that. And I think Fiverr's pretty whatever. But so what he'll do for like Fiverr is at the end of the month or like the beginning of the next month, he'll just put Fiverr July, I made this much,
Yeah. But I like the project manager though, because like Fiverr is still one of my projects I have due dates on, right? And so like for me, it's like, okay, that's just, again, if we're trying to centralize everything into one repository of like just a one-stop shop, if I leave my Fiverr gigs out, like that's still now 2 places. Yeah. I mean, it happens all the time to me where I'll be like, oh crap, I have a video due in 3 hours and I forgot about it, right?
Yeah. And I don't use Fiverr, so I don't really, I mean, I need to. I bought Arbel's course and everything. I wrote scripts for my intro videos and then I never did it. But so I don't really know how it works, but yeah. And that's like the beautiful thing about Creator Desk is like, we're just here to make your life easier. And however you want to fit it in, like I use it for everything. I don't track anything anywhere else now.
Yeah. Well, and I think that I think you mentioned this earlier, Chris, but it's like whatever reason you had to join Creator Desk, you're probably going to then start using other features of it that like you didn't even know you needed that are making your life way easier, right? For me, like the PM side of it is like super enticing. Like that's, for me, the organization would be really cool. But like I never thought about, having my scripting all in one place, because right now it lives in 4 different AI platforms and then 4 different sheets, and then also being able to like communicate with the brand at some point and say, hey, here's V1 of the video, timestamp it, right? Because that's another tool. I can't remember what that one is, like Motion or something, or foreplay.co. I can't remember, but there's a bunch of them, right? And so it's nice to have one place.
Yeah. And for personal branding, you're also going to be able to schedule your own content and post it to whatever platform, like Instagram.
You'll be able to post it from there too?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the plan.
That's V2.
That's the plan.
That's a September
I'm working
launch,
on it right now.
You're like, if I wasn't talking to you, I could be working on it right now, dude. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I've talked to my community about that a lot, about like, because again, personal branding is a grind. The consistency, it's all about kind of quantity at this point over quality, even though quality is important still. But scheduling posts out, even it's hard for me, like with all my projects, I'm like, I got to post something today, right? For the community or for whatever, for my own branding. But having one place that will post it to Instagram and TikTok, and I don't know what other platforms you guys have.
Because that's like another tool that you would need is whatever it was. They're
like Hootsuite or I use Hootsuite. I don't even know how Hootsuite's doing, but that's what we used at my old company.
Yeah.
Like those type of brands. Right. And then that's like one of them doesn't handle video. So then you got to do another one for that. Like it's kind of wild how many tools you have to use to like
it really
get
is.
stuff
And
posted.
we're trying to get rid of as many as possible.
Yeah. That's sweet. I'm excited. So let's talk about the platform pricing. I know before we started recording, you were saying there's a free version people can get on and start playing around with, right?
Yeah.
What does the free version include?
It's pretty much just the project tracking. So you can track your projects, input clients, and
track income.
Track your income, but you can't send invoices or anything like that.
Basic invoicing.
It's just basic, yeah. We needed to include that feature so they could see like their income on the dashboard.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it. Anything like that requires like loading documents or because like you can upload your contracts and your briefs. We even have a link manager. Some people won't send you a physical brief. They send you a link to a brief. So we have a link manager too. However they send you, you can keep all of your documents for that project tied to that project. So obviously that's not going to be included in the free version because that costs us money.
Storage.
To store it for them on their behalf. But yeah, so the free version is just that tracking income, being able to track your projects and your clients, because our client database is pretty cool. You can blacklist clients that you don't want to work with anymore. It's one of my favorite features.
Oh, that's unreal.
For the ones who really stick it to you. And that's pretty much it. And then anything else above that, we just have the one fee that's $29 a month for our pro suite, and that unlocks everything. We just want to keep it simple and like as affordable as possible. And that's it.
Yeah. And another thing, users can downgrade from the Pro Suite to the basic and keep all their data. Say you wanted to kind of pause your subscription or whatever.
Yeah.
You could just downgrade to the free version.
You'll still have your clients and your projects.
Oh, that's really cool. You
can upgrade whenever you're ready again, and everything will be there.
Yeah,
I love that.
I know
stuff happens, right? Like even in my community, I have people that we do mentorships with. Like, hey, we have this family emergency. Like, I'm out of commission for 6 months.
Exactly.
Like, all right, cool.
And like,
no
especially with freelancers, because nothing's guaranteed and it can be really hard times. But that doesn't mean you should lose all your stuff. Like,
that's cool. You guys to do that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm sure you've done the cost comparison to all the tools versus $29. That's a way better deal.
Yeah.
Like all the tools you were paying for before, right? And that you can now cancel,
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I super appreciate you guys going through everything. And I think that I'm going to get this out to my community. You guys, the link to Creator Desk, it's live as of June. So it's 2 months. We're 2.5 months in now.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the show notes. Okay. What are you guys on social? You're just at Creator Desk on on Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah, we're some form of the Creator Desk on pretty much everything, whether there's like some periods or something in there.
Love it. Okay, I'll link your guys' socials in the show notes too. So if you're listening to this podcast, go to the notes in the show description and you'll see the link to go sign up for Creator Desk for either the free or the $29.99 a month, and then you'll have links to all the socials on the Creator Desk. Even if you don't want to subscribe, go follow them. Because after you see a couple of their videos of the features, then you're going to want to subscribe. I'll tell you that right now. So I appreciate you guys for chatting with me. And any last words of advice to creators?
Just the sooner you get your business organized, the better. I think some people think like, oh, I'm just getting started. I don't need this. Like, I'm not that busy yet. But I know for me and when I started creating content, like the point of not being busy to getting busy happened very quickly.
So fast.
And when you are busy, that's not the time to start learning a new platform. You need to be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, take the bad advice, right? Where I'm just like, right now, I'm just so slammed now. I'm like, now it's like almost too late to organize, right? So now I'm gonna have to do it. It's gonna be way painful, but I have to do it. And now I wish, to your point, I wish I would have started way sooner, because now I wouldn't have to go manually manually put in all the data from before, so I have a clear picture. So I love that. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hopping on. If you are a listener to the podcast, share this with your other UGC friends, other creators. And if you are listening to this and you want to be a guest on here, and you're either an agency owner or maybe you're another creator, or maybe you have a cool story, let me know. You can message me on any of the socials, and we'll figure something out. Appreciate you guys so much for being on. You have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for having us.
All right, see you later.
Bye.